in South Africa, they have to overcook everything because of the fear of worms.
Yeah.
And
have you seen those YouTube videos? Did we talk about that?
No.
Oh, there's this big YouTube thing where if someone started it off, and so there's a lot of different videos out there now, and you don't know what's real anymore. They said that they bought some pork, and they poured Coca-Cola. They basically marinated it in Coca-Cola in a little Tupperware bowl, and after about 3 minutes, these little worms start appearing out of the meat. And the theory is that because of the carbon dioxide in the Coke, that there's no oxygen left, and then the worms have to try to get out of the meat, out of the pork. You Google it. There's a couple of obvious fake ones, but there's some that's like, wow, man, it looks like larvae coming out of the pork chop there.
That doesn't sound good.
No, of course not. So what they're saying is this is this is in basically almost all American pork.
I don't know what kind of.
I haven't done anything with it because.
We got to figure out whether this is bogus or not.
Well,
it doesn't sound right because what are these worms doing in there? They're not obviously eating anything because you don't see it in the structure of the meat when you cut through it. When it's raw.
They're little white larvae, almost like how maggots start out.
It's disgusting.
You Google it. Google Coke and pork or just go to YouTube and you'll see it. It's and there's some really funny ones where there's a little flash edit there, right? And then they put garden worms on the pork. It's like, okay, yeah, now I'm really freaked out. But there's a couple where it looks like it's an unedited shot, and then there's these little white dots start to appear, and then they go in with tweezers and they pull out these worms.
Here we go. Snopes.com.
Suggestion in the chat room.
Claim. It's already right at the top. Claim. Pouring Coca-Cola into a piece of raw pork will cause worms to come crawling out of the meat. Status, false.
Well,
or
who believes those guys?
You're making this up as you go along. We're not white little things. You're Hispanic. You're an idiot.
So let's see if they explain how they're getting this effect, though, because they're doing something.
Well, the effect, I understand the effect is because the Coke, because it has all the carbonation, that the oxygen gets pulled out of the pork, and then the worms freak out and they start.
No, I know I'm saying, but they're getting this effect when there's no real worms. They said they've tried it and they can't get this to do it.
Well, it may not be in all pork, obviously. Maybe you have to go to the chat room says this is in basically almost all American pork. It may not be in all pork, obviously. This is in basically almost all American pork. It may not be in all pork, obviously. Maybe you have to go to the chat room says let's just call them our listeners. I say that halibut seems to also have worms.
Yeah, halibut does have. A lot of fish has worms. I know monkfish has a lot of worms.
That's kind of disgusting.
Well, once they're, if you cook it, you're just eating the worms.
Yeah, you're eating cooked worms.
Protein.
Right. Oh, it's protein.
Conspiracies to discuss.
Screwball stuff. Well, I got a few more for you.
Okay.
The one that is concerning me.
I know we've been by the way, we have been lacking in your nuttiness over the last few weeks, and I think it's, probably increased our numbers, but people still need to hear it.
All I need are some tasty waves, cool buzz, and I'm fine.
I understand you got beat up on NoAgenda this week, though.
That'll be the day.
Adam Curry did not beat up on you?
Well, I guess in some kind of a bizarro world, but not in any sense that I know of.
Oh, good. All right.